Yeah. Kickoff is at 3. So Sweepie needs to be Sweepie roundup video needs to be released before 3. What's that? Yeah, I am cutting it fine, aren't I? But live by the sword, die by the sword. All right, Karen. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'd love to have some mince pies later. I just got to, down to business. All right. Yeah. Love to you and the kids. Okay. See ya. Gentlemen, good afternoon on a cold but visually beautiful day here in Bath, Somerset. I hope you guys are keeping warm. Have your cold weather payments kicked in? Possibly. Anyway, I know you've all been very closely following A, the World Cup, and B, the Sweepie. I've had John messaging me every day, giving me feedback about each game, about what that means for the Sweepie. I've loved his energy. I wish more of you had been like him. Looking at you, Les. But yeah. How have you guys found the tournament so far? Okay, yeah, I thought so. I've enjoyed it. Obviously, a few qualms about A. Don't know why I'm doing this A and B thing. About one, the time of the year it was done, because it has been a bit odd, hasn't it? Like Christmas stuff going on, World Cup stuff going on. There's two big brands, bit of overlap, but I haven't hated it. But barbecue in the garden with the footy on is also nice. I'm looking forward to that in 4 years' time. But yeah, I've really liked it. Luckily, I've been able to watch quite a lot of it at work. Patients have suffered because of that, but it's for the greater good, isn't it, ultimately? I hope you chaps have all been following it closely. I hope you've all been behind your teams. A real mixed bunch for some of you, both with your teams and your goal scorer. Apologies. It's the luck of the draw. You don't need to tell me. Had a bit of a disaster myself, but I'm feeling good about Memphis bagging 5 tonight. But we'll see. Anyway, good news is I'm not going to be drawing any more teams, any more names. There's less rambling. Stu, unfortunately, couldn't make it. He's updating his LinkedIn after winning a prize at work. So great work, buddy. Proud of you. Really proud of you. So yeah, I think just go through each person. Then at least you've got 20 seconds of something decent in this video amongst the minutes of garbage. So Les, sorry brah, Qatar, worst performing host team ever, but they did score a goal. So cool. Wales, they were crap. Love to see it. Cameroon, that guy got a goal, got sent off, hugged the ref. It was all very chilled. I love that. You still got Vinny Jr. in for you, and he could be scoring some goals in about 25 minutes. So fingers crossed. He's got one so far, has he? 1 or 2? Need to check that. Probably should have checked before I started. But yeah, I'm looking after Bonnie. I don't look after Bonnie. I own Bonnie. But I've got another lab here and my parents. Been a bit manic. They're out currently just checking out the Christmas markets in Bath, which I do recommend if you guys ever have a chance to visit Bath in the Christmas. It's really, really lovely. Anyway, Snip, Mexico, mate, I thought they'd at least get out of the group. They nearly did. That was very thrilling, them needing one more goal, or even Poland to concede or get some more yellow cards. That was some decent drama, but unfortunately they fell just short. Fell just short, which is a shame. Iran, I've got to say, best looking team, certainly the most oily by aesthetics and by crude purposes, which is, a nice little, a nice little vibe. But again, they did well to bounce back from the the hammerings against England and looked decent against Wales, very good actually, and then couldn't quite get over the line against the US of A, but unlucky. Bruno Fernandes, he has scored, hasn't he? He's definitely got some assists that could work well in your favour, Snip. So we'll see how he performs tomorrow. And then up next we've got my main man Fred. Où le danger? J'habite en danger avec Fred dans la bibliothèque. J'aime le poulet. Canada, mate. Canada. Great nation. Lovely skiing venue. Lovely people. Love the Mounties. Love maple syrup. Annie's family are from Canada. Ooh, Annie. A lot of good things going on for them. And, you know, they're a really exciting team. Quite naive in their approach, but I think work on things for 4 years and it's possibly coming home for you boys in 2026. But didn't quite make it through. Uruguay, dickheads, Suarez, that was great, wasn't it? Him crying on the substitute bench. Don't care about them, so sorry, mate. Australia, love the Aussies. They were pretty fun, pretty exciting, punched above their weight. But you know, tough hand in the second round. So, you know, but still, I think they exceeded expectations. Mbappe, I think that money's yours, pal. Kylian Mbappe. Yeah, mate, he's been class. It's going to be the clash of the century tomorrow. Kyle Walker against Kylian Mbappe. I mean, Kyle Walker, he has got pace, sure. But defensively, he's not great, in my opinion. He needs to show Mbappe to the outside on his left foot, because his left foot crossing isn't great. They just need to stop him from cutting inside with the old right foot curler, or even the right foot cross. Giroud, very good in the air, very beautiful as well. But yeah, you must be pleased with Mbappe, Fred. So well done. Vom, Germany, rubbish in both the wars and this World Cup. And Japan, sayonara. They, yeah, you know, fine. They got out of the groups. Did very well actually in their group. Made it a bit hard for themselves, but got there in the end, beating Germany and Spain. So that's decent. But then crashed out, obviously, to a very good team in the second round. But I think again they've kind of matched probably what they thought they were going to do. Romelu Lukaku. Personally, I thought that's quite a tough one to have. Surprised he was even in the top billing for Golden Boot, saying he's been injured. Looked pretty rusty, and then in Belgium's last game, you know, he couldn't have hit a barn door in a month of Sundays. So unlucky, mate. Real shame. I know he took a lot of grief back home, Rom. So I hope that hasn't overspilled for you, mate. So hope you're keeping well. Hope G's well too. Hope Clarkson's okay. Cool, brah. Roy, Croatia, golden oldies, but golden roidies doesn't work. I'm surprised they got this far. They're like a geriatric marathon runner getting far. Nah, that's terrible. Ignore that. But Brazil should beat them. Like, Brazil should obviously beat them. But if Croatia win 1-0, I'm also not really going to be that surprised. But I don't think they can do it. But still, we're going to enjoy the ride, aren't we, Roy? We certainly are, my man. Ecuador scored the first goals of the World Cup, but didn't make it out of the group. But, you know, I like yellow, so cool kit for them. Belgium, a bit like Croatia, old, but they weren't motivated like the Croats. And when you got KDB saying they're too old to do anything, I mean, what's that doing for the group confidence? I'm going to say not very much. I wouldn't like to hear that, but I'm a spring chicken, so it's all good. But yeah, I can see the retirements have started. Hazard's retired. You know what? Honestly, Hazard was so good. I'm looking at you, Snip. I'm looking at you, Mints, big Chelsea fans, and Bo, obviously. He was so good at Chelsea. I honestly watch highlights of him at Chelsea all the time, and then at Real, I don't know what's happened. Is it the Spanish water? Possibly. We'll need to do an analysis of that. But yeah, he's retired and he's not coming back, is he? Even as a club man. Neymar still involved. He's bagged a couple. He plays a bit, he's a bit deeper, so you could see, he could bag some goals. So I wouldn't rule them out. Herr Schumann, England, love that. I know you love England and you love footy. You love Harry Kane as well. Shame you didn't have him as your golden boot man. But we'll see how they get on tomorrow. I think, I keep changing my mind about who's going to win that. Like, obviously, my heart says England, and my head says France. But I know it's a huge cliche, but that first goal is going to be absolutely crucial. I think if France go 1-0 up, we don't win, because we're going to have to kind of push forward, and that's going to leave space for Kylian on the counter. But if we go 1-0 up and don't drop too deep and don't lose it like we did, lose the kind of tactics, like we did against Croatia in 2018 and Italy last year in the Euros final. Gareth Shawley's learnt lessons from that. I think we can hold on, because they'll have to break and their defence is ropey, and we've got a very very savvy and creative attacking set of players who, as we saw against Senegal and other teams, they're good on the break. So first goal is crucial in my opinion. So we'll see how you get on. Costa Rica, unlucky not to go through. There was a brief period where Costa Rica and Japan were going through, but sadly they didn't quite make it. Cristiano Ronaldo, he's not having a great World Cup, is he? He's been sacked by his club, binned off by his national team, and now going to go and play in Saudi Arabia. But he's going to make a lot of money, so rough with the smooth, I guess. But I don't think he's going to get you the golden boot, John. Sorry. Jules, Portugal and France. Love that. Obviously, France, decent. Put money on them to win. So, really, that's who I think will win the World Cup. First team to ever retain it if they do. And Portugal, they're going to surely beat Morocco, although Morocco, incredible, and the breakout team of the World Cup, the neutrals' favourite. So we'll see. I've still got a bit of a runny nose, lads. I think it's probably different to the last coryzal illness I had, but who knows these days. So that's good for you, mate. Gabriel Jesus, sadly injured, which is not good for Arsenal really, but yeah, sadly he's ruled you out there. But you've got two good teams, so you can't complain. Shea boy, tu aimes le ski en France? Bien sûr. Sympa. Yeah, mate, I hope you're doing well. Ghana, love the Ghanaians, didn't make it, unlucky. Netherlands, love the Netherlands. The Oranges, whatever they're called. I think they beat Argentina personally, and I think Memphis is bagging some for you and me, pal. USA, yeah, very young team. I think that they'll be pleased to get out of the group. Didn't quite perform against the Dutch, but a lot to build on for then the next World Cup, which obviously they'll be co-hosting. Antoine Griezmann, he's not scored, I don't think, but he's been. So I hear on the radio and podcast, he's having a great tournament. So nice, mate. And he bagged himself a record number of consecutive international appearances the other day. I want to say 72, which is actually mad, saying he's getting selected and chosen to start. No injuries, no suspensions. Decent. So yeah, your hopes are on the Netherlands, really, mate. And you never know. Bowl, Poland, they were a bit rubbish, weren't they? But at least Lewandowski scored a couple of goals. Serbia, again, they underperformed, which is a shame. They were a very tidy team, actually. But Richarlison, he's certainly in the running for Golden Boot and possibly goals of the tournament. That being said, that Tunisian goal by Kazri, Wazid Kazri, was, for me, the best so far. And I'm not just saying that because I had Tunisia. I think the fact he's like 82, it was against France. That all counts. That all counts. But yeah, mate, Richarlison could still bag you some cash. Drop 5, my man, Morocco. Love them. Lovely food, lovely people. Never met one, but they seem nice. Nice climate. Yeah, Morocco. More like Morocco to the final and win it for us all. But yeah, mate, that's decent. Argentina also doing well. As I said, I think they lose to the Netherlands, but I'm happy to say I think they'll win if that's going to make you feel better. Messi, heard rumours it's not his World Cup, so let's not rule him out just yet. He's thinking one more cycle and then possibly a second cycle, so another 8 years of Lionel. But surely that's madness. But he's scored a couple already, and you know he's the kind of player who can just get a hat-trick any game, so fair play for having him. Obviously nothing to do with anything you did. These guys worked the magic for you. But yeah, mate, you got a great draw there, actually. So, decent. Drob, our man. Me, Tunisia. Yeah, beat France, didn't make it out of the group. Shame. Senegal, should have beaten England. I thought they outplayed them and really unlucky not to win. Memphis came into the tournament injured, but has at least now scored 1 goal. So, such a bad draw, wasn't it? So bad. Anyway, you never know. S-Man, Stu, Denmark. Oh, mate, they're as bad as Serbia. Really crashed and burnt, but lovely people. And Copenhagen's decent, isn't it? Carlsberg and all that. Switzerland, mate, what happened? They're one of those teams you just expect to be like in the quarterfinals and lose 1-0 or on penalties, but they got absolutely punished by the Portuguese. Probably some kind of payback for their neutrality during the war. But yeah, that was a shame. But you've always got Harry Kane, mate, who's now up and running, bagging assists, and a bit like Lionel, could probably just score a hat-trick, even against France. If they exploit Hernandez at right back, I think it's doable. So hang on in there, buddy. Love you. Minty Bad Boy, Spain, Sergio Homos. You heard of Elf on the Shelf, but have you heard of Spain on the Plane? You have now, and you've probably already seen it. South Korea, unlucky bra. Martinez, unlucky bra. Also quite bad. You've had quite a bad draw there, haven't you? It's a shame. Willie P, Saudi Arabia. Mate, you beat Argentina. I thought it was coming home for you boys to Riyadh, but no, didn't make it out of the group, to be expected. But you've got Brazil, who I think have been the best team so far, although England on paper best performing, highest number of points in the group stage. Also first World Cup since '94, where there hasn't been one team that won all 3 group games. Darwin Núñez, not very good. Sorry, mate. But yeah, that's it. That's a bit of a summary. I expect you're going to go make your hot chockies now, get those mince pies warmed up, or have them cold if you're a crazy person. Couple of facts to sign off with. No bookings yet for England. I personally think you can't win the World Cup unless you have at least 3 bookings. And when was the last time Italy won a knockout game in the World Cup? That's right, 2006, the year they won it. Hang on, when was the last time Spain won a knockout game in the World Cup? What's that? One more time? 2010? When they last won it as well? What the hell? And what's that, Bonnie? What's that? When was the last time Germany won a knockout game? 2014 when they last won it. Guys, big teams, they're not big teams anymore. Anything can happen. Dare to dream. This could be your year. Could be your money. Get yourself something nice for Christmas. So hold on. Hold on. Take care, guys. See you all soon.